Da-da-da. Hey guys, what's going on? Memes here. So today we're going to look at Professor Wolfram's recent blog post. Will AIs take all our jobs and end human history? Or not? Well, it's complicated. Wasn't able to put the full thing in the title to have the way, so I had the dots coming earlier to mean it was a continued quote. Now, we're just going to jump right into it here. Links, of course, are in the doobly-doo. All right. So as we can see here, and this is actually very fascinating. I actually started to read this after. You're looking at different comparisons here. Not employed, construction versus real estate. I have no idea what these graphs mean. Administration, agriculture. Basically, even on our live stream, which the link is in the doobly-doo down below, he had actually touched upon this. And then he released it this about a week later, probably a little less than. All right, so we're going to do a reading. The shock of ChatGPT. Just a few months ago, writing an original essay seemed like something only a human could do. Well, then ChatGPT burst onto the scene, and suddenly we realized that an AI could write a passable human-like essay. So now it's natural to wonder, how far will this go? What will AIs be able to do? And how will we humans fit in? My goal here is to explore some of the science, technology, and philosophy of what we can expect from AIs. I should say at the outset that this is a subject fraught with both intellectual and practical difficulty, and all I'll be able to do here is give a snapshot of my current thinking, which will inevitably be incomplete, not least because, as I'll discuss, trying to predict how history in an area like this will unfold is something that runs straight into the issue of basic science, the phenomena of computational irreducibility. But let's start off by talking about particularly a dramatic example of AI that's just arrived on the scene, ChatGPT. So what is ChatGPT? Ultimately, it's a computational system for generating text that's been set up to follow patterns defined by human-written text from billions of web pages, millions of books, etc. Give it a textual prompt, and it'll continue in a way that's somehow typical of what it seems us humans to write. Welcome, Whitechapel. Ooh, new avatar. Oh, let me look into that. Oh, looks like Mickey is, he's at the beach. Cool. All right. But, oh, here we go. Inside ChatGPT is something that's actually computationally probably quite similar to a brain with millions of simple elements, neurons forming a neural net, with billions of connections that have been tweaked through a progressive process of training until they successfully reproduce the patterns of human-written text on all those web pages, etc. Even without training, the neural net would still produce some kind of text, but the key point is that it won't be text that we humans consider meaningful. To get such text, we need to build on all that human context defined by the web pages and other materials we humans have written. The raw computational system will do raw computation to get something aligned with us humans, requiring leveraging the detailed human history captured by all those pages on the web, etc. But, so what do we get in the end? Well, it's text that basically reads like it was written by a human. In the past, we might have thought that human language was somehow a uniquely human thing to produce, but now we've got an AI doing it. So what's left for us humans? Well, somewhere things have got to get started. In the case of text, there's got to be a prompt specified that tells the AI what direction to go in. And this is the kind of thing we'll see over and over again. Given a defined goal, and an AI can automatically work towards achieving it. But it ultimately takes something beyond the raw computational systems of the AI to define what us humans would consider a meaningful goal. And that's where we humans come in. What does this mean as a practical everyday level? Typically, we use ChatGPT by telling it, using text, what we basically want. Apparently, you can actually do an audio plugin as well there. But, and then it'll fill in a whole essay's worth of text talking about it. We can think of this interaction as corresponding to a kind of a linguistic user interface that we might dub an LUI. Oh, linguistic user interface. So many UIs. I like the GUI. It's GUI. And a graphical user interface. GUI. There's a core contention that's been rendered and input. There's some potentially elaborate graphical presentation in the LUI provided by ChatGPT. There's instead core content that's being rendered and input through a textual linguistic presentation. You might jot down a few bullet points, and in their raw form, someone else probably have a hard time understanding them. But through the LUI provided by ChatGPT, those bullet points can be turned into an essay that can be generally understood. That's because it's based on the shared context defined by everything from the billions of web pages, etc., on which ChatGPT has been trained. There's something to say. Real quick interjection here. I did have a college professor, and rather than doing the whole Kaplan thing, he taught us how to write like a very structured essay, like 3 to 5 bullet points, 2 to 3 pages, but do it as dang well as possible. Because you want to communicate your information quickly. And you want someone to actually remember, right? Well, if it's important. But there's something about this that might seem rather unnerving. In the past, if you saw a customer in essay, you'd reasonably be able to conclude that a certain irreducible human effort was spent in producing it. But with ChatGPT, this is no longer true. Turning things into essays is now free and automated. Essification is no longer evidence of human effort. Ooh. This is the point where all Spark Notes and everything just kind of, no, hey, it's good to have reference things. I'm just saying. Of course, it's hardly the first time there's been a development like this. Back when I was a kid, for example, seeing that a document had been typeset was basically evidence that someone had gone through the considerable effort of printing it on a printing press. And then came desktop publishing, and it became basically free to make any document be elaborately typeset. And in a longer view, this kind of thing is basically a constant trend in history. What took human effort eventually became automated and free to do through technology. There's a direct analog to this in the realm of ideas, that with time, higher and higher levels of abstraction are developed. That subsume, it should be subsumes, subsume what were formerly laborious details and specifics. Will this end? Will we eventually have automated everything, discover everything, invented everything? At some level, we know that the answer is a resounding no, because of the consequences of the phenomena of computational irreducibility. Is that there'll always be more computations to do, that in the end, that can't in the end be reduced to any finite amount of automation, discovery, or invention. Ultimately, though, this will be a more subtle story, because while there will always be more computations to do, it could still be that we humans don't care about them, and that somehow everything we care about can successfully be automated, say, by AIs, leaving nothing more for us to do. Untangling this issue will be at the heart of the question about how we fit into the AI future, and what follows will over and over again that what might first essentially seem like practical matters of technology quickly get enmeshed with deep questions of science and philosophy. This goes on for a while. This is a long article. I want to do this in pieces here, because number one's content for me to do. It lets me run through it, and I still actually want to go on and run stuff tonight. So, but thank you all for watching. Peace out. Take care of yourselves, and hey, take care of yourselves. It's a crazy world out there. Peace out, everybody.